People, deluded, good evening to you. I'm back again. As you can see, I've obviously just got in not too long ago. And yeah, let's crack on with what I would like to speak about. I believe it's the international break, not this week, but the following week, second week of October, if you don't know what I'm referring to. And I do believe, correct me if I'm wrong again, but on Thursday, the international squads for a lot of nations, England in particular, the one I'd like to refer to in this vid, will be announced, to which we might as well offer our opinion. I might as well offer my opinions rather than our. How can you do it if you lot aren't here? Um, so yeah, we might as well just speak about that. I do believe there's a couple man worthy of call-ups. First and foremost, a player that's on a regular basis criticised by Arsenal fans, previously by United fans, by fans in general, the England side, despite the fact he's actually more prolific for England than Arsenal. Danny Welbeck. I think Danny Welbeck has to be in there. We know managers play favourites. Welbeck seems to firmly be one of Gareth Southgate's. I don't necessarily think that's a good or bad thing, because on one hand, you can't just call up people who are necessarily in good form or the flavours of the month. You do need people that you can trust, people that you can work with, people that you know, because Welbeck ain't exactly a vital member of the side and that he's playing every game, but Southgate knows what he gets with him, so there is a blend of it. I feel Wells he's been quite decent since the start of the year. What has he got? 4 goals or so, 7 in 4 or something like that. Only one came in the Prem, I'm convinced. But he's, for someone that's always spoken about as to if he wasn't at Arsenal he wouldn't be in the side. Deeney alluded to that. He's given Southgate something to work with that. So I do believe Danny Welbeck should be in there. I do believe the last couple of games Holding's played, he's played quite well, but it's come too soon for him. And if I'm honest, the likes of Gomez, Stones, they're ahead of him. So he doesn't deserve a call-up just yet. I'm not too sure about Daniel Sturridge. A lot of people have been speaking to me about Danny Sturridge. I think he started off the season all right. He looked sharper. Clearly him and Klopp have found some sort of way of working together now properly. Not that they've ever had a problem. And you saw his goal in the Carlin, and you saw the banger equaliser for Liverpool. Maybe that's made Southgate think, all right, cool. With Vardy dropping out of international recognition, with their Barrett, Harry Kane, there's not really a second striker or a striker that if Kane was to get injured, you could sit there and say he's going to lead the line. Why don't I give a chance to bring back Danny Sturridge? Because if it's just on ability, Sturridge has the ability. Sturridge is a clinical finisher and them things. His issue's always been staying fit. So we'll have to see in that regards. Maybe he goes for that, because obviously Vardy's dropped out as well from international duty, more or less. There's not really any strikers. You can say Sterling and these guys can be used up there and they can operate from the flanks very well, but there's not really a there's good strikers, but no one's really shouting out at you. Like Kane is that one there. There's not really anyone else shouting at you. There's people you could think you could do jobs. I think Danny Ings has started off the season well, better than I thought he would, to be fair. I actually feel he warrants a call-up. I mean, not that he's been playing amazing, I just feel he's been scoring goals. Yeah, he's been scoring goals, he's looked confident, there's not really much striking options. I'd give him a try, to be fair with you, and I never once thought I would say that about Danny Ings, but him, Jadon Sancho, surely he's not going to, realistically, he's not going to get a call-up. Southgate's not going to pick him, but I really think he deserves his call-up now. Obviously, I get Southgate's reasons. I mean, he still needs to become a main starter in that Dortmund side, which he isn't currently. He comes off the bench and he does start games, but he's not first name on the team sheet, if you get what I'm saying. I love Jadon Sancho. I believe I'd play him on the left for England, but left or right, we need him. He's got the right street smartness, in the sense that he not street smartness isn't the right word, the right streetness in his game, in the sense that you can tell he's been playing in the cage, and I'm happy to see it hasn't been coached all out of him, them skills and stuff like that. The link-up play is good. He's getting goals and assists now, more so assists. He's got 5 assists so far this year. He's up there with Messi and Ronaldo and them man there for assists, and he's doing his madness. And he's only played 129 minutes for Dortmund, so he's doing his thing. He's 18. He's not the finished article, but with other nations, they'll call him up. And I mean, there is a lot worse options that have been selected. So I do think the time for Jadon Sancho to be called up for England is now. He's doing the right thing. He's playing games for Dortmund. He's not starting them, but he's more or less starting games, more so than he would have been if he stayed at City. I would actually like, it goes against all the logic and everything I stand for, and it sounds hypocritical, but I do think Phil Foden should be put in the England squad. I think he's one that should be fast-tracked now. It doesn't make sense, and it really shouldn't happen if he's not playing really for his team. I know he came off the bench, if I remember rightly, at the weekend for Manchester City, and he obviously scored his first professional goal, if I'm not mistaken, in the League Cup, so he's making strides. But calling him up will probably signify anything that's wrong with English football. Although Dele Alli did at the time of his England call up had several more professional caps in the game than Foden. When Dele Alli got called up, I questioned it because it was a bit like flavour of the month. I do feel with the World Cup gone, the likes of Sancho, Foden, and a couple others just younger or above them. I'm not saying put them all in the side, but there's a couple that you really should be working with going into Euro 20, because you look at Kai Havertz of Manchester United, doesn't play for any of them, of Leverkusen. He's in the German side. Of course, the games he's played and all these things dwarf the amount that Sancho and other English equivalents to the player have, but you get the point in it. Arp will probably get thrown into the German side not before long as well. So for me, I think Sancho has to be in there. I'd probably call up Ings. I think Sancho has to be there. I would love to see. I think it's too early. I don't think it's too early, but in the sense that I don't see Southgate calling them out. I think Maddison could do with a call up purely because there's no creativity in that side. Wilshere's not playing anything. Well, he's injured now, but he wasn't playing anything like he can to warrant an England call up. Maddison has that creativity. I mean, if it's getting to the point you're going to convince Scottish internationals that have played in friendlies to play for England, such as the worry of creativity in this side, then give Maddison a try. You never know if they adapt to this level. I mean, many people would have thought that he would have taken longer to adapt to Premier League after the step up from Norwich, but he's doing it. A bit of an outsider, but I feel Will Hughes could probably get called up, because he's got a bit of creativity, and I've been impressed with his start to the season and Watford's as a whole. I wouldn't call up Deeney, but